So living world actually reaching in a variety millions of plants and animals have been identified and described, but a large number still remain unknown. The very range of organisms in terms of size, color, habitat, physiological and morphological features make us as the defining characteristics of living organism. So, in order to facilitate the study of kinds and diversity of organisms, biologists have evolved certain rules and principles for identification, nomenclature, classification of organisms, right? So, these are actually the important features of diversity in the living world. So, if the new organism have been discovered, so how it will be placed, how it will taxonomically rank will be given, how will give them nomenclature, we'll study in that chapter, that is diversity in the living world. So let's talk about in the diversity in the living world. So first is the classification. The tools the tools to study living organism is the classification. Need for classification, so classification actually needed for different purposes, like it's a taxonomically ranking, knowledge of adaptation, knowledge of sequence of evolution will get from the taxonomical ranking, how which the sequence actually, knowledge of phylogenetic relationship, discovery of new organisms. Now, the what is systematics? Now, taxonomy and systematics. What is taxonomy and systematics? Taxonomy is the branch of science that deals with principles and procedures of identification, nomenclature, and classification of organisms. Is called taxonomy. The term taxonomy was given by A.P. the Kandul. Actually, systematics have a minor difference with taxonomy. Systematics include evolutionary relationship. Now, see that in the other hand, in the is a branch of science that deals with identification, nomenclature, and classification and evolutionary relationship between organisms is the systematic. So systematics give the evolutionary relationship between organisms, right? So here the in NCERT is given that based on characteristics, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process of classification is taxonomy. Human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about different kinds of organisms and their diversities, but also the relationship among them. The branch of study was referred to as systematics. Now you can see that these are systematics, and the word systematics is derived from Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangements of organism. Linnaeus use Systema Naturae as the title of his publication. The Systema Naturae is published by Carol Linnaeus, right? So now the scope or systematics was later enlarged to include identification and nomenclature, and systematics takes into account evolutionary relationship between organisms, right? Systematics include the evolution relationship. Now the basic functions of taxonomy. What's the basic function of taxonomy? The main objective of taxonomy is the identification. First, suppose you have discovered a new organisms, or like a new plants or a new animals. So how it will be? First you have to identify, then you have to nomenclature for that organisms, and then you have to place in the taxonomical ranking, right? Now we'll see the nomenclature, rules of nomenclature. That's a binomial nomenclature system. So biologists follow universally accepted principle to provide scientific names to known organisms. Each name has two components. One is the generic name, another is the specific epithet, right? This system is known as binomial nomenclature system. Bi means two. Now this system to provide a name with two components is called binomial nomenclature. This system is given by Carolus Linnaeus. Is being practiced in the all over the world. Now, scientific name is written as Mangifera indica, like in case of so aim. Mangifera represent the genus name, and indica represent the specific epithet, right? So aim, now we'll see that what's the actual rules of nomenclature. Like in case of Mangifera, M should be always in capital and I should be in small. Now we'll see the rules of nomenclature. So universal rule of nomenclature. So biological names are generally in Latins and written in italics. They are Latinized and derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. The first word in biological names represent the genus, while the second component represents the specific epithet, right? And in case of both the words in biological names, when handwritten, it's or and are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin, right? Now, if it's handwritten, it should be underlined. In case of the first word denoting the genus, start with a capital name. Like in case of Mangifera, M should be in capital and I species name should be in small letter. While the specific epithet start with a small letter. It can be illustrated and the example like M should be in capital and I should be in small letter. Now we can see that it's a taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy you can remember in that way. In its taxonomic hierarchy, first is the domain. In case of zoological nomenclature, domain is the highest one. Then it come into the kingdom, then phylum, then class, order, family, genus, and species. So kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Now we can remember in that way. Now first is the kingdom. Kingdom, that is K should be kingdom, KPC WebGS. K for kingdom, P for phylum, C for class, O for order, F for family, G for genus, and S for species. So this you can remember KPC WebGS. Also you can remember in that way, keep pond clean or fish get sick. So K for kingdom, P for phylum, C for class, O for order, F for family, and G for genus, and S for species. So keep pond clean or fish get sick. Whatever you able to remember in that way. Or remember KPC WebGS. That's kingdom is the highest ranking. Then phylum, then class, then order, then family, then genus and species. And domain in case of geological nomenclature, domain and cohort and tribe is used in both. We'll come to that point. In case of cohort actually between class and order. In class and order, cohort is located between class and order. Cohort. And in case of tribe also, tribe in case of sometimes tribe is used in between family and genus. Tribe between family and genus, right? So next we'll see. Now, in case of species, what's actually species? So, taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities as a species. So, one should be able to distinguish species from the other closely related species by distinguishing morphological difference. These are actually morphological species concept. So, these are actually denote morphological species concept. We will come to that point. So, here let us consider Mangifera indica and Solanum tuberosum. Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum, in these are Solanum tuberosum for potato, and in case of here Panthera leo for lion. All three names indicate indica, tuberosum, and leo actually species name, like or specific epithet species name, and Mangifera and Solanum and Panthera, it's represent generic name or genus name, right? Now we'll come to that the species concept. What is actually species concept? Species have been given different concept have been given. One is the first is the morphological species concept. Morphological species concept uh, actually it's a if there is any morphological difference between then they are separate two organisms, then they are separate species. Or morphologically dissimilar appearance or physical appearance is different, then they are separate species according to morphological species concept. But this morphological species concept is not acceptable, because you can see the observe them, I mean, in case of human males and females, they are different in appearance, in physiological morphological appearance is there, but they are belong to same species, but according to morphological species concept, they should be kept in same in different species. So it's not accepted. Another is the sibling species. Sibling species. Sibling species. Sibling species are morphologically similar but reproductively isolated. So these are sibling species. Sibling species are morphologically similar. Sibling species are morphologically similar but reproductively isolated. Morphologically similar but reproductively isolated. Right, these are morphological species concept. Now is come into biological species concept. Biological species concept given by Meyer. Biological species concept is the most acceptable species concept. So what's actually biological species concept? Biological species concept. Biological species concept defined as species are actually or potentially interbreeding natural population which are reproductively isolated from other such group. So species are actually or potentially interbreeding natural population which are reproductively isolated from other such groups. Actually, this concept is given by Meyer. And biological species concept is the most acceptable species concept. But biological species concept also have drawback. Suppose in case of what's actually for fossil, what will be the in case of if it's a newly discovered fossils. So if it now how will categorize, so fossil record, what's about fossils, it's the biological species concept also not able to explain. Another is that in case of asexual mode of reproduction, if is there the asexual mode of reproduction also is, if there is no sexual mode of reproduction, so how there will be the reproductive isolation can be considered. So these are the drawbacks of biological species concept. And then came into the ecological species concept, evolutionary species concept, and phylogenetic species concept. In case of ecological species concept, species separate based on their use of different ecological niches and their presence in the different habitats and the environment, according to ecological species concept. And in case of a phylogenetic species concept represent which species concept utilizes morphological and molecular characteristic to distinguish between species, is the phylogenetic species concept. And evolutionary species concept is the phylogenetic trees and analyze of ancestry serves to differentiate species as the evolutionary species concept. But biological species concept is the most acceptable species concept. Now we'll come into the genus. So genus comprise group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. We can say that genera are aggregates of closely related species, right? So genus is a group of related species. Now, for example, potato and brinjal are two different species, but they both belong to genus Solanum. And like lion, Panthera leo, leopard, Panthera pardus, and tiger, Panthera tigris, with several common features are belong to same genus, so that is Panthera, right? So genus actually comprised of related a group of species comprised to genus. We know that kingdom, phylum, WebGS, KPC WebGS. So many species together form genus, right? Now next we'll see the phylum. So genus, then we come into the families. Family. So family, the next category is the family. Family has a group of related genera with still less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. So among plant, for example, like in different genera, Solanum and Petunia datura are replaced in the family Solanaceae. So among animals, now in case of in animals, like in case of genus Panthera, comprising lions, tiger, leopard, is put along with um, genus Felis. Felis belong to cat family. The family, so this also Felis family. So together there many genus together form family. Now order. Now order being a higher category is the assemblies of families. Like order is that the K, P, C, O, F, G, S. So kingdom, phylum, class, order. Now order is made up of multiple families. So many families assembled together form order, right? Order being a higher category is the assemblies of families which exhibit a few similar characters, right? The similar characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in a family, like plant family, like in case of Solanaceae, are included in the order Polymonales family based on the floral characters. Like in case of animals, order like Carnivora includes families like Felidae and Canidae, right? Now, in case of class, the category include related orders. Now, we'll know that the phylum, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Now, many ordered together form class. So, this category include related orders, related orders made together form class. So, for example, order Primata. Primata, in case of mammalians, Primata comprises monkey, gorilla, gibbon is placed in the class Mammalia along with order Carnivora that includes animals like tiger, cat, dog. So class Mammalia has other orders. So now we'll say all are belong to class Mammalia, right? Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. So phylum actually made up of many class. So classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, along with mammals constitute the next higher category, that is phylum. Now all these based on common features like presence of notochord, dorsal holotubular nerve cords, and are included in the phylum Chordata. In case of plants, classes with fewer similar characters are assigned to a higher category called division. In case of plant, that is called included division. Now we'll come into that the kingdom. Kingdoms, all animals belonging to various phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom. Animals in the classification system of animals, the kingdom Plantae on the other hand is distinct and comprises all the plant from various divisions. In case of animals, in case of animals kingdom and plant kingdom, the taxonomic categories from species to kingdom have been shown in ascending order starting with species. So kingdom is the highest. However, taxonomy taxonomists have also developed subcategories in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various taxa. Right? Kingdom is the highest class. Now we'll see that some suffix actually added in case of during nomenclature, like in case of family. In zoological, families added IDEA, superfamily OIDEA, subfamily INEAE, and tribe is INI. Now we'll see that in case of here the family, so these are man, and you have to remember that biological name, that is Homo sapiens, scientific name Homo is the genus, hominidae family. You see that IDAE is a family. In case of animals, it is at a IDAE, hominidae. Order Primata, Mammalia class, or phylum Chordata. In case of housefly, you can see the housefly also Musca domestica. Musca is the genus. Musidae, DAE, IDAE, these are the family. So Diptera, class Insecta, phylum Arthropoda. Now, in case of feet, Triticum aestivum. In case of Triticum, these are belong to family Poaceae. In case of in family, it is added CEAE. That is in case of order, and it's a monocotyledony and the angiospermy, right? Now we'll see the different the store different storing methods of plants and animal kingdom. Animal, plant, and animals and plant and specimen have been done. This is a herbarium, one of the important. In case of hive, herbarium is a storehouse of collected storehouse of collected plant specimen that are dried, pressed, and preserved on a seed. Actually, in herbarium, seed actually first is collected, then is collected the plant specimen, then it's dried and pressed in either in a book or thumb press is given, pressed, and then it's preserved in a herbarium seed. And in herbarium seed must carry the following information. Herbarium seed must carried the following information such that about the date, place of collection. It must be written in English, local and botanical names, family, collector names, etc. must be written in the herbarium sheet, right? So that the quick taxonomic studies can be possible. Now we'll see in case of botanical garden. Botanical garden, these are specialized garden, have collected of living plants, collected of living plants for reference. Plant species in this garden are grown for identification purposes, right? Each plant is labeled indicating its botanical scientific name and its family. The famous botanical gardens at Kiwi in England, an Indian botanical garden, Howrah is a Sibpur botanical garden, and the National Botanical Research Institute is located in Lucknow in India. Now, in case of zoological park are places where wild animals are kept in protected environment under human care. In case of the important zoological park are like Mahendra Chaudhary Zoological Park, Punjab, Nehru Zoological Park, Hyderabad, Zoological Garden, Alipur in Kolkata, and National Zoological Park, Delhi. These are different important zoological park in India. Now we'll see key. What is key? Key is it is a taxonomic aid used for the identification of plants and animals. The keys are based on paired contrasting characters are known as couplet. And keys maybe two type: indented keys and bracketed keys, right? Now we'll see flora, manuals, monographs, and catalogs. What is flora? Flora contains the actual all the account of habitats and distribution of plants in a given area. Actually, it's a distribution and habitat and distribution of plants in a particular area, right? And the manuals actually useful in providing information for identification of names of species found in a particular area. Now, monograph. Monograph contain information of any one taxon. Now, so thank you.